Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back with me. I'm Ervina Novitasari, the student of Surabaya State University. Okay guys, last week we all already learned about the excessive in accounting standard and elective in accounting. And here, on this occasion, I'm back with another material on the accounting theory course. Okay guys, before we start to discussion, I hope today and tomorrow we will in a good condition and always keep healthy. Okay everyone, we start to discussion today about the materials of other reports. What are the others reports? In here we will discuss others report in two main reports. What are? There are corporate reports and stamp report. Okay guys, the first we will discuss about corporate reports. What do you think about corporate reports? Is it a paper? Is it a calculations? Or is it an information? Okay guys, we will learn it more. Actually, we already learned about the financial reporting, which is the financial reporting is used for the users to know about the financial information of a company, which is the users is consists from several parts from several parties in various conditions. But think again guys, from this financial reporting, are its matters for the users? Okay, is it matters if we use the financial reporting for complete the needs of the users in know about a company? Is it matters? Let's rethink guys. In the financial reporting, we can get all the information of the financial statement. But think about the another information that the users want to know about a company. So, what is the solution for these needs? Okay, the solution of these needs is using the corporate reports. So, what is the corporate reports? What is the purpose of the corporate reports? It is the same with the accounting reports. Okay guys, we will learn about it. Okay, we start discuss about corporate reports. Corporate reports is the reports that are related with the public accountability, which in the form of the economic entities, especially in business companies. And especially in here, why this corporate reports is existent? The existence of business is related with the work of the economic entities, which is in here the company will have an operational activities and in their company, and the existence of the company reports is the firm what are effort of the company to carry out their company as a business entity, which is in this report is considered the most appropriate ways to measure to state the company is a business entity and to measure the performance of the prospect in the future of the company. And because of that, this corporate reports is very important, right? And there are another reasons why this reports is very important, because the existence of these reports is would be the guideline for the financial reporting. In here, these documents is used the fact, is used the research study data, is used analyze performance and provide more recommendations for the future of the company. This document is also have the characteristic, which is the corporate reports characteristic is always objectives, always formal, always have a fact, which is the fact is must be clearly, must be to pick up by the legitimate source, no matter if the reports is focuses in the single issues or the entire company. Okay, now I will show you guys the example of the corporate reports. What are in here I already found about the corporate the corporate reports of the Johnson's Company. Do you know, guys, the Johnson's Company? Which is the Johnson's Company is a company that focuses in the baby products. So in here, besides me, is the example of the corporate reports, which is the Johnson's Company corporate reports. It show and share more information about their company. It consists from several parts, from one until part 4, which is include about the general of their business, and then the properties, proceedings, legal proceedings, markets, management, financial management, how they disclosure the financial statement, and how the procedures and how the control of their companies, which is shown in this corporate report. Okay, that's all for the content of the corporate reports of Johnson's Company. You can see in besides me, which is the information that contained in these reports is very useful for the users, which is the information of these reports is will be the basis of the users to making a decision, like about the investor, creditor, employee, government, and a society. Okay, now you can imagine that you are an investor. Which one the company that you want to invest your funds? Actually, the first you must to know about the company that you will invest your funds in their company. You must to know it. Why? Because as the investor, our goals is get the return on our investment in this company. Okay, how we can know that our investment we will get the return in the future? The first one, we will use to know about the performance of the company that we already invest. And for this, we can know this performance in this document, corporate reports. Why? Because the corporate reports is show about the performance of the company and get a profits, and then by this document we can know about the information of the company, which is can make me believe that we will get the return in the future of this company. Like I said before, the corporate reports is very important, but how far this report can complete their target to present the information for the needs by the markets and the society. The first one, we can look from the financial report. Whether the financial report is already complete the needs of the users. And the second one is this report should be presents about their activities as a business entity and how their impact in the environment. And the third, this report should be useful to define the information that the users need as a parties that have right to know about this company, such as the investor, creditor, government, consultant, and then the society. And the fourth, this report must to compliance the fundamental objective, which is in the annual reports of the company. It must be relevant, must be understandable, must be reliable, must be on time, objective, and comparable. And the fifth, the last, is the additional reports, which is recommend to complete the information needs by the users that is caused by the restriction of the reports practice. Like the first one is value added statement, which is the value added statement is considered as a part of the social responsibility of the company, which is in this statement is show how the company can get the profit and how the company can share the profit to the parties that have a role in the achieving the goals of the company, like the government, investor, creditor, society, and their employee. And this is for the example of the value-added statement. You can see in besides me for the example of this statement. And the second one is the employee performance statement. Next is about the employee performance statement, which is in this statement is show about how much the employee in the company, how the compositions of the employee in the company, and also how the contributions of the company for achieving goals in a company. Okay, the next additional reports is money exchange report with the government, which is in this document is include about the financial relationship between the government and the company. And the next the additional reports is the currency reports, which in these reports is includes about the cash flow from the England with the others company, which also show about the future of cash flow, future estimates of the profits in the future, and also whereas the workspace and where we can invest the investments. And the last is the company goals reports, which in this report is show about the management regulation and the medium term of the strategy. Okay, for the general corporate reports, must to restrict the attention to the reports that can be used to improve the economic and the social welfare of the community. Okay, that's all for the corporate reports, and next we will discuss about the second reports, which is the STEM report. Okay, next we will talk about how the STEM reports existence. The existence of STEM reports is motivated by the problems that come from the conceptual frameworks of the Financial Accounting Standard Board, which is not accordance with the provisions of the Canada. And the second, the framework is must to give the solution of the problems to encourage the quality of the financial reporting. Okay, next we will learn about what is the STEM reports. The STEM reports is the reports that used to identify the problems, identify the conceptual problems, and giving the solution based on the result of the identify of the purpose, the users, the criteria, and the needs of the financial reporting. Okay, such as I was mentioned before that these reports is start from the problem. So in here we will learn what is the problem. The first problem is faced by the standard setters, like several questions like how the economic can be measured clearly, how best to develop the accounting standard, what are the basics of the concept of the financial reporting, who are the users, and what are the informations needed by the users. And not just about the problems faced by the standard setters. The problems can come from the conceptual problem. What are the conceptual problems? The conceptual problems determine on the allocations problems, profits problems, the focus of the reports, and the capital maintenance report, the assets evaluation pages, and also the facts in the economic. Okay, next after share all of the problems by the standard test setters and the problems by the conceptual, and the next is assume that the goals of the financial reporting is get to share the information that need by the users, which this information is related with the response of the accountability problems, the estimates of for all users related to how can minimize the risk, and how about the change and the innovations. Okay, what are the informations needed by the users? The informations needed by the users is like the performance evaluations, the management quality of the company, the estimate of the future prospect, and the next is the financial statement of the company, solvability analysis, liquidity analysis, the risk and uncertainty, the resource allocations of the company, comparable decision making, adaptability, and then compliance, and also the society responsibility. Okay, to define the assessment criteria, which is a measuring instrument where the standard setters as well as makers publish the financial statement standard that can decide whether the published financial statement really meet the needs of the users, and the objective of the financial report is already clearly in here. Okay, the conceptual framework for the project of the Canada, which is based on evolutionary approach and relies on the conceptual of the objectives and the criteria of assessment, is over at the end of the STEM report. Okay, and the conclusions for the STEM reports, I want to mention about the case of the between the financial accounting standard board, which the problems in the Canada, which is the problem is can caused by the differences conditions between the United States and the Canada. Therefore, these factors need to be considered before the developing in the financial reporting objectives or financial reporting standards. And that's all for the material that I can share for you guys about the corporate reports and STEM reports. And thank you for your attentions, and I hope these presentations can give us new insight about the corporate reports and the STEM reports. Okay guys, see you on the next video and thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.